Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I am Meadsyreplays and welcome back to another premiere. Now, I love premieres. I love premieres because it means I can interact with you guys as we are watching the video live. So I will be doing more premieres, depending on the video. If it's like 20 minutes long, I'll do a premiere because it means I get more time with you guys. So this video is sponsored by a great friend of mine, Fizzy, who is one of my Patreons. And every Patreon, or every person that becomes a Patreon, gets to choose a video for me to make. Now, Fizzy, he made me a hard one. So he wanted my favourite tank per type from tier 7 to 10. And it has to be Tech Tree. So here we are. So let's get started. So tier 7 light tank, it's got to be the LTTB. It's fast, it's fun, it's got a good gun. Wow, that rhymed. It's fast, it's fun, it's got a good gun, and it's just really enjoyable. And there's only a few light tanks in tier 7, so it's definitely the LTTB. Now, moving up to the tier 7 heavy tank, it has to be the Tiger P. Now, it wasn't a hard choice, but it wasn't easy. Now, it was either the Tiger P or the Black Prince, but because of the Black Prince, it's got better rate of fire, but it's really slow. Now, the Tiger P has got great armor, it's got a great gun, it's got good reload, the speed is actually okay. I've gone with the Tiger P. So, this is probably my favourite, well, it is my favourite Tech Tree heavy in tier 7. So, moving up to TDs in tier 7, it has to be the SU-152, it has to be. There is only a few TDs, like the J Panther, the Emil. Now, you can't choose them over this. No way. And now this battle here, I've just had one shot on the Dracula. Goodbye MT-25. That's 2 shots, and this is my 3rd shot. Goodbye AMX. So 2.6k damage, 3 shots. Easy as that. And this is actually the end result. Just RIP to the red team. So moving up now, tier 7 mediums. Again, this is quite an easy choice. It has to be the Comet. The Comet is a great tank, and I've recently done a video on the Comet not so long ago. The rate of fire, the speed, the gun depression, the turret's not so bad. It's quite bouncy. It can be bouncy, but it's just the rate of fire, 3.4 seconds. Now, when you use adrenaline, that goes down to 2.8 seconds, and you're doing like 150 or so damage each shot. So 150 damage per every 3.4 seconds, 175 that shot, and it's just fun. Now look at this AMX. He shoots once. Now, we're just going to delete him. We are literally going to delete him. There's his 2nd shot there, and that is all he's going to have time to do. We are just pumping out that damage every 3.4 seconds. As soon as he's dead, we can now move on to the VK. And with my team helping me, these hit points on the red teams are going down very quickly. So there's the VK gone, he's gone, we can move on to the LTTB. We're going to get 1 shot into him, 39 hit points, 3 seconds later, take him out, and then we can move on to the next target, which is the AMX. So we want to ram him, why not? We'll go for the ram, and we end that battle on 2.6k damage, and it was just easy. Moving up to tier 8, and it is the T-34-2. Now, this is, look at that shot, 508 damage, and then he gets ammo racked. Poor T-34-1. So this is my favourite tier 8 medium tank. Now, again, there isn't that many to choose from. There's a T-44, there's a Indian Panda, which I almost picked the Indian, to be fair, because I do like the Indian, but having played this recently for quite a while, grinding the 120, I am actually really enjoying it. And with the 122mm gun, I have to say this beats any other medium for me. A lot of you will disagree and say this tank is absolute shit, but it's my preference and it's what I prefer. And I enjoyed the tank. I've been enjoying the tank. So that is my favourite tier 8 medium tank. Tier 8 TD, again, there's not that many to choose from, but it has to be the ISU-152. It has to be. Great gun, Troll armor, the speed is very, very good, great penetration, great damage. It's just an all-round great tank, and if this isn't your favourite tier 8 TD, then you're smoking something, because this is just a fantastic, fantastic tank. It's fun to sit at the back, sniping. It's fun to get up close and with the mediums and destroying them. It's fun using the HE, as you see earlier. It's fun ring-a rosy with the KPF. It's just an all-round fun tank. Now, AMX CDC, HE loaded, 900 damage. However, we are going to cut that there because we do get wrecked, which I don't want you to see. So tier 8 heavies, we have moved up to the VK100. Of course, recently again, I have added this into my top 5 OP tanks because it's just insane. 489 damage there. We do take a shot in return, but most of your rolls in this tank is going to be way over 400. Again, 449 there, and it's just insane. It really is an insane tank. Now, Super Persian, no problem, 570 damage with the fire, and it's definitely my favourite tier 8 heavy. Without a doubt, it's my favourite tier 8 heavy. So, nice little damage there at the end to get the kill. So now we actually have a full battle for you, because it's one of the only battles I actually did quite well in. And it is the T49. Now, again, there isn't that many light tanks in tier 8. You've got the RU251, you've got the AMX, and you've got the T49. Now, the T49 has to be the best light tank in tier 8. It has to be. It only has the HE and the heat, but the speed and the gun, the damage, the 152 is just so much fun. And even when you shoot HE like that on the Sleeper Persian, 163 damage per 14 or so seconds. But when you do connect, and we're not going to connect just yet, we're going to do another 167 damage. So 2 shots, we've done 330 damage, which is not cool. It isn't cool. But it's still fun, and we're going to move away because the enemy are all pushing, and my team are all here. So we're going to relocate. The Bulldog is on my radar, so we're going to try and get behind him. But as soon as we do, we spot the RHM. Now, the thing with this gun, sometimes it hits, sometimes it misses. That hits, but 90% of the time, that will just go, like, in the sky. Completely in the sky, and you'll miss. But nevertheless, that was a nice shot. Nearly 800 damage. We had 1 tank down a piece. Most of the team are to my left. Now, we've got a Super Persian on now in front of me. I don't know what I'm doing here. I take my time. I don't know why I'm not switching to the heat. But finally, just before he goes out of sight, we do switch to the heat and do nearly 600 damage. So 1600 damage now. We got the Bulldog there, so I don't want to know the tanks behind me because they haven't got enough HP. I want as much HP as I can. So again, over 600 damage there, 2.2k damage. Only 4 tanks left alive. But however, I do want to clear that RHM because I am a one-shot to him. And even with that low health, he can still do damage. So we're going to wait. We're going to take him out with the HE for our second kill, leaving just 3 tanks left, which is the WZ111 version 2, the T34-2, and the T44. So we're going to get back. Now, this was kind of RNG, which goes against you sometimes. A bounce, we should have aimed, but we panicked as he was turning his turret, and we don't want to wait around. We don't want to be shot by him, so we're going to go for the medium instead. I don't want to go for the T34-2 because he's not got enough hit points. I want to make the most out of my shells, and it's nearly 700 damage into that T44. So 3k damage, just the WZ left now, 3 kills. There's still 5 of us left alive. He does, however, get 1 shot into me, so I'm now a 1 shot to him, but there's so many tanks around him, he just doesn't know who to aim at. 633 heat damage into his rear. So we're going to hide, we're going to wait for him to shoot, and we're going to go out and we're going to get 1 final shot into him, into the deck of his tank, or just about, and we're going to do 579 damage. We finished that battle on 4.2k damage. We actually make 52,000 credits, and we get the ace. So very enjoyable battle indeed. So moving on to tier 9, we have the Foch. Now the tier 9 Foch is just absolutely insane. It has great DPM, it's got a great gun, 6.9 seconds reload with a 400 and whatever alpha gun, and the speed's really good, the armor is very, very troll, and it really is a fun tank to play it. Now, I'm starting to like this a lot more than the actual Foch 155. It hasn't got the big massive alpha, but it's got the DPM, and the DPM is literally insane, 6.9 seconds. And to go with that, you've got the very, very troll armor, which you're going to see again here. Just look at the side, we bounced 1600 damage this battle. And we've done 3.6k, almost now 4k damage. So 4k damage, 1600 block. And it's really, really fun. So that is my favourite TD in tier 9. And moving up, we're going to get to our favourite heavy. Now, this was actually a very hard choice. We have the E75, you have the STI, you have the VK, you have the Motion. There is just so many tier 9 heavies that I just didn't know what to pick, but it has to be the E75. An all-round great tank. It really is a great tank. It can hold itself against tier 10s, no problem. It's got a good gun, it's got good speed, it's got great armor. It really is one of the best tier 9 heavies. It has to be. Now just watch this shot. An AFK Leopard PTA. So we're going to switch to the HE. 792 HE, and we set him on fire. He was AFK. As soon as he gets to like 40 HP as he's burning, he comes alive. But a little too late, and he goes. And now we're just going to clear up that object 263. So easy battle there. Moving on to the mediums in tier 9, it is the Centurion. It has to be the Centurion 7-1. Now, it was either this or the T-54, but just because of the Hesh, the turret on this thing, it has to be this. I would pick this over the T-54 any day of the week. The gun depression is really good. And I just love the Hesh. I love the Hesh. I love playing this and the FV422. It's just, when you get the max rolls, it's just so good to see. Like 400 damage there, and that was actually a low roll into the T-54. I wasn't happy with that, so we're going to go back, and we are going to get a high roll soon. Just one thing to note, obviously tier 9 and tier 10, I haven't done favourite light tanks, because there is only one light tank, which is the Bat Chat. So obviously the Bat Chat's my favourite light tank in tier 9 and 10. So moving on to T-54, here's the high roll into the side of a T-54. 550 damage for a medium tank is just insane. And it's lovely. 500 damage there, 496. Easy as that. So moving on to tier 10, my favourite TD, it's the Grill. Now the Death Star, I have the most battles in. I've nearly 2k battles, and it's my most played tank. But it's been nerfed. It's been nerfed to the ground. Yes, it's fun, because just the damage you pull out, but just watch this shot in a minute. We're going to get a shot in the KPF. We've got an object 268 behind me, and somehow we bounce. I don't know how we bounce, but we bounced. He should have used HE. He didn't. He paid the price, and he just tracked me. And we're going to take a shot into him as he's pushing my teammate. So the Grill, it's got great speed. It's got great gun. It's got fantastic accuracy. It's just so much fun. And even sat at the back, obviously, you need to not get shot, because everyone, except for that object 268, is just going to load HE into you. It's just logic. But if you're able to stop that, if you're able to sit far back behind your enemies, this tank is literally brutal. It really is brutal, and it's such a fun tank. It's got good pen, it's got good... well, gun depression is not so bad. It's got aim tight. Just everything about the tank, except for its armor and its camo, is really, really good. So moving up to my favorite tier 10 heavy, and I've also recently done a video on this, stating that it's my favorite tier 10 heavy, is the FV215B. And again, the gun depression, the armor, the speed, the Hesh, just all of it together, it just makes an absolute beast. Now, close to this was the IS-4, because the IS-4, I'm loving the IS-4, but look, 644 Hesh into the back of a Death Star. Serves him right. That's a Death Star. Shooting Hesh into a Death Star, it just gives that really, really good feeling, you know, except for instead of him shooting you with Hesh, you're Heshing him. And the FV215B is just, it's lovely. It's a lovely tank. It really is. Moving on to my last tank, and I've said forever, my favourite tank in the game. It's not just my favourite tier 10, it is my favourite tank in the game, and it is the Leopard 1. Now, the reason why this is my favourite tank is just because it's an absolute beast. Gun depression, speed, accuracy, not the armour, but the accuracy on this thing is one of the best in the game, and you're going to hit nearly every single shot. Now, that poor Object 140 paid the price. We've got an IS-4 up there. Also with the IS-4, there is another Leopard. And just watch these shots. We are literally snapshotting this guy. We don't want to be exposed because the enemy have got 3 TDs, which is why we're not pushing. They've got 3 big TDs, and just shots like that, just... You're not going to be able to do that in any other tank. Maybe the T-62, because the accuracy is, I think, pretty much the same. But again, APCR in the bottom plate of an IS-4 as he's on the move. Snapshotting, no problem whatsoever. And this again is a full battle because it's my favourite tank in the game. It's a really nice battle. And we're going to save our hit points. We're going to save our hit points. We're not going to expose. We're not going to push the IS-4 yet. I'm looking at the minimap. I've just seen that Jaegeru's just been deleted. And again, Leopard here. Easy, easy. And if that's not enough, we're going to do it yet again. We're going to snapshot him. We're going to poke out. We don't want to be poking out for long. And he's gone. 416 damage. Now I'm looking at the minimap. I've spotted the grill, or I haven't, and there's 2 Jaegerus spotted. So that means I know where they are. I can start pushing the IS-4. The TDs don't want to know me. They're not looking. 1 TD's gone. And we can start circling the IS-4. We should have aimed there. We know his turret is quite strong. We do bounce him, but as we are trying to run away, we get the final shot into him. So we've done 3.8k. We've saved all of our hit points. And now we can, because of that, we can push the last TDs. 400 HE damage into the grill. And now here, I do mess up a bit. Now, I wasn't expecting... well, not just yet. Not just yet. So it's lucky I've saved my hit points. Just put it that way. So we're going to get one more HE shot. 394 damage into the grill. Pushes up to 4.6k damage. The Object 140 shoots. Now, for some reason, I thought the Jaegeru shot, which is why I'm pushing in. But he didn't. He shoots us, puts us on fire. The E100 shoots us, puts us... Well, doesn't put us on fire. And now it leaves us on a 1 shot. So now we have to be careful. We've got a driver. We've got a dead driver. We have done 5.2k damage. We're going to circle. We're going to get around. We're going to get one more shot into the Jaegeru. And now the E100 killed the Object 140. So that kind of sucks because it means they're going to turn and they're going to face me. And the E100 comes around. Now, I do get very lucky here. It was the only way to run. And luckily the Jaegeru is not looking at me, which means I stay alive a little bit longer. However, I can't get the Jaegeru. The E100 is coming around, so I'm going to go the other side. So the E100 is looking at my tank destroyers on my team, which means I can get a couple of shots into the side of him. So shows us his side plate there. We're going to get one final shot in, and the Death Star takes out the Jaegeru, and I'm not stupid now. So the E100 is looking at me. He turns, but I tried a snapshot, and he turns his turret just in time. But now he's coming for me. I want to stay alive. Although I do want a little bit more damage, I'd rather stay alive. And the Death Star is going to take him out. So we finished that battle, 5.9k damage. Very nice battle, very enjoyable battle. Luckily, I saved my hit points. And that is just why this tank is my favourite tank in the game. So thank you very much, Fizzy. Thank you guys joining in, watching this premiere. If you're not watching it premiere, thank you for watching the video. I'm Meadsy69, and I will catch you soon. Goodbye.